I have an entire speech prepared. I have been a resident of Crystal City my entire life. For the past 2 years, I have stood silent on the sidelines, not saying a word. However, tonight, I speak for the silent majority of Crystal citizens and business owners, both taxpayers, who, for whatever reason, choose to remain silent. After much review and analysis of the audit that was released, saying I'm embarrassed and mortified is an understatement. I am shocked by the two-line response from the council to address all issues. I am also very surprised to find that such little action is going to be taken, since there were so many violations contained in the state audits that have been and will continue to cost taxpayers thousands of dollars unless serious measures are taken. Violations include, but are not limited to, and here are the main big ones: violation of the Missouri Constitution, violation of your own city ordinances, violation of the Sunshine Law, and most important, violation of IRS codes. I will discuss each separately, and I will discuss miscellaneous questions I have at the end. The Missouri Constitution we'll start with first. These violations have cost the taxpayer thousands of dollars. Please refer to subsection 25 of the Missouri Constitution, Article 4. Section 25 states, no county, city, or other political corporation or subdivision of the state shall be authorized to lend its credit or grant public money or property to any private individual, association, or corporation. Ms. Johns used public funds illegally in violation of the...
Ma'am, I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm not going to sit here and listen to anybody that's going to go against this staff or anybody within this organization. You're not going to sit here and call out names to any employee, about any employee, or anybody on this council.
But the audit says that...
You may proceed. I don't want any names mentioned.
That's going to be difficult to do. Okay, I'll do this. Public money was used illegally in violation of the Missouri Constitution, irrelevant of any government municipality approval. Phone bills were ran up by taxpayers' dollars for $2,562, and the only amount that has been paid back is $2,303, not to mention the 26 hours of time used talking on the phone. Again, it is illegal to lend taxpayer money, says the Missouri Constitution. Please refer to subsection 23A. By vote of 2/3, any county, city, or incorporated town or village in this state may become indebted for and may purchase, construct, extend, or improve plants to be leased or otherwise disposed of pursuant to law to private persons or corporations for manufacturing, warehousing, and industrial development purposes incurred hereunder for the purpose shall not exceed 10% of the value taxable tangible property in the county, city, or incorporated town or village as shown by the last completed assessment for the state and county purpose. Section 23A was violated by the city purchasing the PPG property $260,000 above the appraised value in violation of exceeding the 10% of the value. This has resulted in thousands of taxpayer dollars being wasted in expenditures and legal fees. Violation of the Sunshine Law. Susan Monty said the city violated the Sunshine Law by not keeping detailed minutes and not posting proper detailed agendas. These violations have cost the taxpayers thousands of dollars in legal fees. How do you plan to address the sunshine violations?
Ma'am, we're not going to comment on how we're going to address the sunshine violations due to the fact we are in litigation over sunshine violations.
Do you agree with Susan Monty that it was violated? Okay, I'll move on. Violation of the city ordinances. The following city ordinances were violated, costing the taxpayer thousands of dollars, just to name a few. Raises without proper council approval were given. Bid policies are not followed, especially when, how do I put this? Bid policies are not given, especially conflicts of interest for catering for the city Christmas parties. Important receipts, documents were not kept, and there's no record retention. People were not billed or were incorrectly billed for water. The city attorney was not elected. An 87-year-old still is employed at the city. And real estate property was purchased for the city without the approval of council. In your response to the audit, you indicated you were going to fix these problems in 1 calendar year. You could have fixed one of these problems immediately by filing your own ordinance, which provides no one can work for the city of Crystal who is over the age of 70. Yet you continue to disobey your own ordinances. Again, how can taxpayers instill trust in you when you have not made any progress? Violation of the IRS codes. The most offensive violations were the IRS codes, which are not only federal offenses, but carry fines and penalties that will cost the taxpayers additional money. Here are some examples for just a 2-year period. Clothing allowance was not claimed on W-2s. Boot allowance was not claimed on W-2s. $27,834 in vendors' contracts report of no 1099. The judge didn't get a 1099. The park board president didn't get a 1099. Mileage logs aren't kept or maintained for city vehicles and equipment. The city does not report taxable benefits associated with city vehicles used for commuting purposes. City trucks and or superintendent vehicles do not meet requirements as exempt vehicles per the IRS guidelines. Cell phone use is not monitored. And we have city employees paying themselves to cater the parties. And here's my miscellaneous section. If you review Susan Monte's website, most cities respond to each issue separately, and in your own court audit, you responded to each issue individually. This entire 39-page audit was answered by a 2-line response, and I want to know, did everyone agree to send in a 2-sentence response to this audit? And I'd like to hear from every single one of you.
We had a separate meeting with the auditor's representative where we went over each one of these and talked about it.